So today we are leaving Veli Rat and we're heading to Muline. Unfortunately I didn't get to film the entryway into Veli Rat, which is quite a nice little tight entryway. Candice is going to try and film it from the front on our way out, which will be in a few minutes. And we're heading for a place called Muline, which is pretty much halfway to Zadar, or not to Zadar, to Sukosan. I'm probably pronouncing that one wrong as well. We're going to stay in Sukosan for a couple of nights. Candice is going to take a bus from there, and I'll probably hang around for her to come back before we move on south. So this is pretty much as slow as I can go and still maintain good steering. We're doing 2.7 knots with 400 watts going into the motor. Candice is going to film these markers over there, which are not very wide at all, but we did see a 45-foot catamaran come through. So if a 45-foot cat can come through, anything smaller can. It is a problem. I'll have to drown the audio out of this one. We've got a Fontaine Peugeot 42, beautiful boat going out past us. And it looks like they're sailing with this monohull over here. And in the background is a very big motor yacht that came in last. And we're going to do some driving. Just had this Oceanus 51 pass by us. Quite a big boat. And we are motoring at the moment. The wind was predicted to die, and it has died completely. We have practically zero wind. It's quite hot and humid. There's no sun either, so I'm going to have to potentially motor a lot slower. At the moment I've got 500 watts on each motor and we're doing 3.6 knots, but considering we only have 13 more miles to go, 3.6 knots will get us there quite quickly, so it's not a big deal today. A little renter boat going out over there. In amongst these islands with all hills and that, there's no swell. It's really beautiful. Boats coming and going. It is quite something. I smell some diesel from the boats in front of us. It's pretty annoying. How do you feel about those diesel smells, darling?
Not good.
We don't like the diesel smells.
Not used to it.
That's not even our boat.
And they most likely don't have a washing machine and dishwasher.
Maybe it's a charter boat. They definitely don't. Got a beautiful Bali 42 coming across our path. They look fantastic. I've heard they're not great sailboats from a couple of delivery captains. They certainly do look nice. The sun came out briefly and we charged up rapidly, so we're fully charged. 1000 watts on each motor. We're doing 4.1, 4.2 knots into a 9 or 10 knot headwind. I think we can probably get the sails out once we go around the corner. In the distance you can see one of the big ferries that take people to these islands. There's a lot of cars on the islands, but you obviously have to get on and off somewhere. And it looks like they drive on and off these ferries. They're very big. We're just in between a bunch of the islands. It's nice being in Dalmatia. You never have waves to worry about unless the wind comes from very specific directions. You just have a very calm day. Today is one of the more interesting days. Well, interesting for me for some reason. The wind is coming from our port side but towards the back, so the wind is coming from that direction. The sun is currently in that direction. Now I've got about 6 or 7 knots of tailwind, so if I put the sail up, potentially I could be going a knot or two faster, but I'd be putting the sail up on this side of the boat, which is where the sun is coming from, and I'd be shading most of our panels, so if I wanted to keep the batteries full I'd have to reduce power. So in this case I'd be going slower if I was sailing and trying to maintain power. Now I could still do it, because if I put the sail up I'll get to my destination and the sun will still be shining and will recharge my batteries, but I've only got 4.7 miles to go and we're doing 4.2, 4.3 knots on very low amounts of power, so as soon as my batteries are full I'm going to increase the power and we should be there. So, a windless day, a very hot windless day, at least for the boat moving forward. We've got a bit of a breeze coming from the front. This is a good spot to be. I'm in the shade and I've got a good view of everything going around. I am clipped in. If it happens to fall over backwards, at least I wouldn't be completely dead. and we're motoring, so Candice will probably be able to come and pick me up. I'm still not sure if she could do it sailing, but we'll have to get her up to skill on that one. We're doing quite well. I've got my radio at 4 the speed now. We're doing about 4.3, 4.4 knots, but on just 1.6 kilowatts of motor power. Casting some shadows with my boom and my mast on the solar panels to go faster, and we need to make water later, so I'm conserving a little bit of energy, but also we've only got an hour to go, so I could actually go faster. I'm chilled, I'm relaxed. Candice is making toast. I can smell it coming from the kitchen. It smells very good. We've been anchoring in places where there haven't been shops, so we've got no food in the house anymore. There's no cheese, which for me is like a travesty. And my backup when there's no cheese is to go for the mayonnaise. There's none of that either. We've got a few slices of protein bread. There's one tin of beans, one bag left over. Hello, Candice. I'm going to show them what you're eating. One bag left over of melanzana, which is delicious. What have you managed to make for yourself?
It's a little bit of a weird one. It is protein bread with some Italian red pesto and some salmon.
Oh, I forgot we got the frozen salmon. We're fine. We can do another day or two. But I think the location we're going to today has a shop, so we should be okay. Another very big island ferry going past, and our anchorage is just in the background, so we are practically there. And this is our bay. Lots of hills, a little bit of a breeze now we could finally put the sails up, but we've only got about 20 minutes to go. We'll motor in and then we'll drop our anchor soon. So this boat was in the anchorage near to us on its way out. Quite a pretty boat. I'll have to go and check it out and see what it's all about. See if I can get the name. And we have arrived. Quite a cute little bay. There's only that's one, two, three, four, five, six of us yachts at the moment. A couple of small boats. Very, very clear water. We can see the anchor all the way down, and as you can see, it is lovely and blue. And I'm about to go for a swim. After the swim, I decided to take an Uber to the beach and look around, see if we could find that supermarket. And unfortunately, the supermarket was closed, and it was a very small supermarket in any case, so we had to make do with what we had on the boat. Later on, I wanted to see if I could find a new way to check on my anchor, so I got my drone in the air, and considering the water was so clear, I decided to follow the chain with the drone and see if I could see if the anchor was set. And as you can see in this case, the anchor was very nicely set. So that's a new technique I tried. This video is quite a few months ago, and I've actually since found an even better way to check on the anchor. But I'll go through that in another video. Thanks for watching.